Jaime Brugada Valdez, born August 7, 2000, better known as rapper MONEYSIGN SUEDE, was from Southern California who moved from city to city as a child, and in his early teens solidified his name in Huntington Park, California, a city located in Los Angeles County. Growing up, rapper MONEYSIGN SUEDE became a product of his environment, which led to his gang affiliations. When referencing gang activity, it's as if though you're touching a sensitive nerve in religion. You're entering a different realm of reality. From the color one idolizes to the rule one obeys. When diving into the topic of Mexican gangs, you'll notice many African Americans, Caucasians, Indians, or as they say others, turn the other cheek. The politics within the Mexican culture has sunken so deep that government officials can't even grasp it. The Mexican culture in America isn't any different from Mexico. Even with the laws enforced in America, it's as if though they're in a mental entrapment, not just from reality, but from the descendants of their ancestors. The Mexican culture is centered intensely around spirituality. As I get more in depth with these videos, I begin to question if spirituality, politics, and geographics is the generational curse. July 17, 2022, MONEYSIGN SUEDE took to Instagram to express the hope of having a child before his departure physically from Earth. At the time, he was on GPS in regards to a case he was fighting. In December of 2022, MONEYSIGN SUEDE was sentenced to 32 months in state prison after being convicted for being in possession of a firearm by a felon. In March of 2023, MONEYSIGN SUEDE was transferred from a prison down south to a correctional training facility in Soledad, California, a city of Monterey County. It's in Salinas Valley, just off the coastline of the North Pacific Ocean, just 21 miles southeast of Salinas, California. Many are unfamiliar of Salinas, Seaside, and even Monterey, California. Many may even be oblivious to the fact that Salinas was labeled one of the most dangerous cities in California, with 79.8% of the population being of Mexican descent. Let's take a moment to elaborate on the history between Mexico and the United States. The treaty signed on February 2, 1848, is what ended the war between the United States and Mexico, with Mexico relinquishing 55% of its territory, with California being one of the 9 territories Mexico sacrificed to end the war with the United States of America. It's as if though Mexico forfeited the war to recant from losing all of its territory. Once you begin to understand the history, you begin to understand the political side of it and how it coincides with the reality of our ancestry. MONEYSIGN SUEDE felt in his soul something wasn't right. Before being transferred, he was in solitary confinement prior to his transfer to Soledad. Once he arrived at the Correctional Training Facility in Soledad, he remained in solitary confinement, writing in detail to his fiancé of his circumstances, reiterating at the fact something seemed unusual, elaborating on the fact he was in fact writing the letter from the envelope he crafted into a paper because he wasn't able to make any phone calls prior and after his transfer. In the letter, it's as if he knew something, stating, "Just in case I don't make it, I'll be waiting for you there." The letter went more in depth, but I chose not to read it in this video. It's as if you can hear his fear that his time was near. MONEYSIGN SUEDE kept reiterating at the fact that they said he was good, but he wasn't sure, because it's a cold game. If you're familiar with Mexican gangs and politics in prison, the unthinkable could happen, but MONEYSIGN SUEDE knew something fatal was near. April 25, 2023, correctional officers were conducting a routine head count around 9:55 p.m. and noticed MONEYSIGN SUEDE was absent. After a search, MONEYSIGN SUEDE was found in the shower area, unresponsive with a stab wound to the neck, pronouncing the rapper deceased at 10 p.m. The Superior Department of the correctional facility informed his family shortly after. Within hours, rapper PEYSOH of Southern California began to mourn over his late friend. Rapper PEYSOH and rapper MONEYSIGN SUEDE held a close relationship. PEYSOH even stating that it was MONEYSIGN SUEDE that led him to begin his music career, and that this would be the way to break away from the entrapment of his environment. If the correctional facility isn't already under scrutiny, this will soon be a major issue at hand if the death of rapper MONEYSIGN SUEDE isn't solved. It's been rumored for years that the inmates ran the facilities. Many allegations have came about in correctional facilities across the nation in regards to the treatment of the inmates. What is concerning to me is the fact no one, not even one guard, noticed that the rapper was absent from his cell, nor did anyone hear or see anything in regards to the correctional officers. The judicial system has and will always be corrupt in regards to employees. I wish the war would end that we have on each other and focus on learning the truth of the past of our ancestry. This isn't about where you're from or the color of your skin. It's more sinister than that. When a cop kills a black man, we scream Black Lives Matter in protest, as if we're not killing each other. When will we realize this is more sinister than race and fight against the corruption of the judicial system and understand the judicial system is designed for one to fail? I could care less about everyone's view on street politics. It's so useless when none of us gain absolutely nothing from it but street credibility, and then in a few months after we pass will just be a memory. I want you all to grasp the reality of this and actually realize there's a spiritual war going on, because there is an afterlife, and we'll even leave our legacy through generational wealth or a generational curse. The choice is ultimately ours.